And hello everyone, and welcome again to Influencer Mindset Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Mier Waknin, which is the founder and owner of CoinBuzzReport.com, which is a channel on YouTube and I think other platforms, but mainly YouTube, that is sharing with us information about cryptocurrency. What's going on with cryptocurrency? How is cryptocurrency is going to affect us? What do we need to do? Where we stand right now? I mean, we heard a lot of people were losing a lot of money in crypto. Is anything changed when it comes to that? We're going to ask Mier all those questions, and we're going to try to get some answers. Just before we start, I would like everyone to understand that this is not a financial advice. We are just brainstorming, and we're just learning and trying to understand better what crypto is and how we can utilize crypto for financial success, which is what we want our audience to gain out of this podcast. And another thing I wanted to mention is that if you can, please like, subscribe the channel. Also, coinbuzzreport.com. You can log into that and get more information on a daily basis from Mier. Mier, how you doing today, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing very well. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for agreeing to join us today on this podcast. I've seen banks collapsing. I've seen, since the banks collapsed, I personally have a crypto portfolio, and I've seen it, thank God, I'm very thankful for it, but I've seen it going up substantially since the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank. There was really something that kind of shifted since that happened when it comes to trusting banks and trusting your money, putting your money in banks. And we saw a correlation between the collapse of those banks and the rise of crypto. What is your take on that?
Well, my take is for a lot of people that don't know the beginnings of Bitcoin and why Bitcoin was invented. It was actually invented by somebody named Satoshi, which nobody really knows who it is to this day. But the reason it was created was because of the banking system and the banking collapse in 2008. Actually, there in the first, I think, block or second block of Bitcoin that was created, there was like a cryptic message that he left having to do with, talking about the banking system. But that's why it was created. It was created in case there would be another crash where people, as we know, in 2008, lost a lot of money. They couldn't even go to the bank to take out their money. So this is why it was created, so that it would give power to the people over their currency, over their finances. So I initially got into crypto because of the financial gains, because of what I heard. As you know, of course, I was a day trader in the stock market for many years. And then when I discovered the gains you can make in crypto, 1,000x, 100x, 10,000x, I was like, what the heck is this? So I went over there. But as I started to delve into crypto more, I understood the technology, and I understood that this is something truly very important. It is the wave of the future for finances. But for the basic person to understand is that crypto was invented for you to have control and self-sovereignty over your money. Nobody can control that. Nobody can take it from you. As long as you have your 12-word password to 24 password, and you have your crypto secured on a device of cold storage, there's no way anyone can take it from you. You can go to any country, anywhere in the world. You can lose your phones, and you just download it from somewhere else, another place with your words, and you have your money. If you want to send $1 million or $100,000 or $10,000, you can send it within a couple seconds to people anywhere around the world. You don't have to ask for permissions. You don't have to give up your information. If you want to take a loan out, you can take a loan out using your crypto as collateral with a code, not through any agency, not through any company, not through anything like that. You use your crypto as collateral. You can take out a loan. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter how much money you make a year. Doesn't matter anything like that. So it's slowly replacing the financial system as we know of it today.
That's quite amazing. I mean, first of all, the idea of the conveniency of it, that you don't have to carry anything like physical. It's all on your phone, in your wallet. You could, transfer it to anywhere in the world in the manner of seconds. You can pay for things. There is no middleman who's going to charge you any fees. There is no central banks who are going to decide to print trillion more money with no backup and create crazy inflation, which is what we see today, with inflation going crazy and prices are off the charts when it comes to basic necessities. But the thing is that there is, and I'm sure a lot of people are afraid of it, is because of the volatility of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, volatility is the price you're going to pay for the world's most appreciating asset. I mean, in this asset class, name me, Uzi, one asset class where you can go 1,000 times your money or 10 times your money, even 300%, right? I mean, I know you made like 300 or 400% in a matter of a couple months. That's like a joke in crypto. So you are going to pay for that type of volatility, for those kind of returns. You're going to pay some volatility. It is volatile because not a lot of people are in it. There's not as much liquidity like you have in the stock market. In the stock market, it's barely moving the S&P 500, right? Every day, it's like what, 1 or 2% it fluctuates because you have a lot of volume. Right now, there's not as much volume, which is a beautiful time to get into it now, because once there is more regulation and more understanding, there will be more firms and big hedge funds that will come in and they will eat up a lot of the volume, and you will see that stability eventually. So right now, yes, it's very volatile, but it's a great time to get in. And who cares, even if it goes down 20, 30%, 50%, those are great times to just keep adding on, dollar cost averaging, and then it all balances itself out. But overall, if you're in the right projects and the right crypto, it has been trending up and to the right since the beginning.
So you think that the volatility of crypto will eventually stop, or you think there is a difference between types of coins, where some coins have more volatility, some coins have less volatility? And what would you recommend? Because I know that there is different types of coins for different types of uses, and I know that from what I followed, actually a tip that you gave me on a cryptocurrency, HEX, for that example, that thank God I did fantastic with that. Like you said, it was, I think, 300%. You told me to get in when it was 2 cents, and now I think it's like 8 cents. And hopefully it's just going to keep going up from here. But the question is this, like, for somebody who wants to get in, wants to allocate some of their portfolio, some of the extra money into cryptocurrency, what would be the best, less risky, less volatile crypto to get into?
Well, from what I mean, again, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but from what I've seen many people in the industry talk about and mention, very big names, is what they do is they allocate about 30%, I believe, to like maybe even 50% of their portfolio, maybe even more, even upwards of like 70%, they'll put into the blue chip, which would be Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Bitcoin has been around since the beginning. Ethereum also is the second biggest crypto there is right now in the marketplace. So I would probably allocate, I don't know, like 70% maybe to those blue chip ones, the ones like that have been around for a long time.
Which
And then
means
the
like
rest
the
of them,
Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe like they have like XRP, Cardano, things like that. Those are the bigger caps. If you go to like coinmarketcap.com, which you can, when you go to my website, Coinbuzz Report, and you're looking at the news, when you scroll down to the bottom right-hand side, you'll see a link to CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Usually those are just like, where you can see the prices of cryptos, and you can see the top 10. So just go look at the top 10, and people will usually allocate about 50 to 70% of their portfolio into that. And then the other riskier coins, which are what's called altcoins, which are the smaller coins, that are like pennies or new projects and things like that. They'll put a little bit, on that. Now, that would be the best way to go about it, I would imagine, maybe for someone new. For someone new, what I would say to someone brand new is just get in, whether it's $100, whether it's $200 or $1,000, start playing with it, buy some crypto, send it to your wallet, download an app called MetaMask. MetaMask looks like a fox. So you want to first have an exchange where you can exchange your cash, your fiat, into crypto, right? So every country has an exchange. So you go to that exchange, like Coinbase is for us in the United States. You go to Coinbase and you put in your cash in there, you exchange it, never leave it in there. That's the biggest golden rule. A lot of people, they leave their money on an exchange. I mean, it's the dumbest thing, I think, in my opinion. When you go to you go to Israel and you convert your cash for shekels or Mexico, whatever, you convert your money. Do you leave your money there at that exchange at the airport? You don't do that, right? I mean, you take the cash with you, you keep it with you. A lot of people have kept money on exchanges and end up losing their money when the exchanges go down or if there's any risky issues. So I would suggest you convert your cash to crypto on an exchange, send it out of the exchange into a wallet, which is like your MetaMask, right? And then in your MetaMask, in your wallet, you have your 12 words. And that is what you do not want to give to anybody. If anybody ever asks you for your 12 words, never give them. If someone messages you from support, things like that, some random people ask you to click on things, don't click on anything you don't know. Don't talk to people you don't know. Like, there's scams out there all day long taking advantage of people. Never give your words. And that's how you get into it. So that's what I would do for someone brand new. Put your money on exchange it for some, let's say, Ethereum, send the Ethereum to your MetaMask. MetaMask, you can convert Ethereum to other coins like hex.com, which is my personal favorite crypto. I mean, you don't really need many cryptos to make a lot of money. And I believe if you look at hex.com or hexverse, vsbitcoin.com, it is the first certificate of deposit on the blockchain. So the first CD ever to be made on the blockchain, and it's gone already over 10,000x, made many millionaires. So that is something very simple that people can understand. That's what I would recommend. I've recommended it to my mom even, and to you, as you know. You can earn your own percentage up to 38%. If you go to a bank right now, they're going to give you north of 4% a year on a CD if you have $5,000 in there. So this one is my opinion, the way I would go about it. I'd buy some Ethereum. I'd hold some Ethereum, hold some Bitcoin. I would buy something like Hex or some Sheep or whatever you want to play with that is a smaller, lower cap altcoin. And that's what I would do. I would just got to get into it. People are just lazy, Uzi. That's the problem. It's like you tell people what to do and they're just, they zone out. They rather just go to the bank. Hey guys, here's let me give you all my life savings. And then, one day you go out of business and lose everything. I'm just too lazy. I want to go to a bank. Don't be lazy. Put a couple buttons in there. And then you realize you have full control of your money. And it's an amazing feeling. I mean, I don't know if you've staked your Hex yet, Uzi. I don't know if you go to go.hex.com. You could stake it.
Yeah, I did.
You did, right? So you're saying you're getting a percentage and you don't have to deal with the bank. You don't have to deal with the person, no customer service. It's your code. You push the buttons. It
really is incredible. I mean, the profit in Hex has been so far really, really amazing because it feels like people are starting to discover the benefits of being able to take your money, your crypto, stake it, and earn additional percentage on your money, regardless if the coin goes up and down. So if the coin goes up, you also making those earning plus percentage of the actual amount that you have staked in the exchange. So you're saying, just to summarize a little bit of what you said. So you're saying for somebody who's starting out, and again, we're not giving here a financial advice, but for somebody who's starting out, first get yourself a really good and trusted crypto wallet, which is MetaMask. which what you
That's
recommend.
online. Yeah, that's online where you can keep in your phone. An extra layer of security though is Trezor. So if you want to maybe put a link down there, I'll send it to you. Just Google Trezor, make sure it's the right one.
Oh,
Don't
Trezor,
buy from
Trezor is the physical
yeah.
wallet that you can
You buy
actually
the physical
transfer it.
wallet, yes, and you can transfer it on there, and you can even use your MetaMask, but you'll have to approve it on the Trezor, which is like a chip, and that'll be the most secure way. Nobody can ever get to that. So I would do that. Get the Trezor also. But to
Okay.
start out, yeah, MetaMask is amazing regardless. Just don't give out your password and don't click on random links.
Okay. So you're saying in MetaMask, in the actual crypto wallet, there is no chance the money will be gone unless somebody has your 12-word phrases. And if they have your 12-word phrases, then they could literally access your money and take it. So this is why we have to really be very protective when it comes to our 12-word phrase, when it comes to having our money in a wallet, which is like MetaMask. And in MetaMask is not an exchange, even though you can buy coins there. But for example, like Binance, like I'm using Binance as my exchange. I'm not using
Yeah.
Coinbase. I'm using Binance.
Binance is your exchange because you're transferring your fiat. You need a way to convert your cash, your fiat, your dollars.
Right, exactly. So you're saying that the money, if I'm buying, let's say, Bitcoin on Binance, you're saying I should not leave the money there. I should transfer it.
No, you shouldn't, because all you're doing is you're giving money to Binance. They're giving you said Bitcoin, but it's not your actual Bitcoin. It's their Bitcoin that's in their wallet. So that's all it is. So it's like they can, they go down, they get hacked or whatever it is, or they just steal your money. That's it. It's gone. If you look up
Right.
an exchange, FTX, we all know recently FTX was another exchange. People kept their money in there. The exchange went down and people lost their money. So you never want to do that. No, you just put it in an actual wallet. Some of these exchanges will have their own wallets too with the 12 words. You can do that. Like crypto.com has its own wallet. Coinbase has a wallet. If you want to just stick with that, you can do it. I prefer MetaMask. It's a lot more you can use it for a lot of other things. It's very simple. I never had any issues with it. But yeah, never leave it on an exchange because it's their wallet. It's not yours. It's still their crypto. They have a bunch of crypto in their wallet and they're just selling it to you for fees, but it's their own crypto. You want to take it out into a wallet.
Right. That's really, really cool. That's pretty interesting. Like I'm personally, we started this podcast to kind of bring all kinds of different spiritual concepts and create a mindset of influencing with the right side of influencing, because you can have good influencers and that influence for the better to make people lives better, and you can have influencers that actually gives a bad example. And obviously our podcast is all about giving a good example for our audience. And I feel that the whole idea of cryptocurrency is kind of like almost a sign for the idea that the creator is one, the oneness of creation. Because, and I know that it's kind of like it's two different subjects that's very hard to kind of put them together. But I don't know why I keep finding this correlation, because I'm feeling that, now when we have cryptocurrency and it has no real government controlling it, there's no borders, there's no country, there is no prime minister or anybody who controls it. That means that all you have to do is be a human being, regardless of your geographical location, have a phone with an internet connection, download, whatever, and then you can convert, and then you can become a part of this worldwide money that everybody can have, a piece of, pretty much.
Yeah.
And no government could seize your money. No government could, and no bank can charge you fees. Remember all those fees that they used to charge us if you would have 50 cents less in your checking account? You would pay $35, and every transaction that used to come in, it would have been another $35, another $35. Like even if you pay $1 for your a parking meter, and you have 50 cents less, they will charge you $35 fee for that. So that could never happen in cryptocurrency. There is not going to be any bank in the middle of it, like literally eating up your money for every little thing that you do, which is an amazing concept that we really have, that as humans, we have the ability to have one currency for all of humanity. And I think that, to me, that's a sign of a major shift that it's about to happen in consciousness. The idea that the world is pretty much governed by a creator who is everything that exists, and he is the epiphany of the oneness of creation. And having one currency of one way that remove all the borders of all the countries and all the effects of all those governments on our money, that's, to me, is real freedom. And it's really, really exciting. I think that just to have that option, to have that idea, to be free from any outside influences or middlemen when it comes to your money, regardless of where you are in the world, your geographical location. Are you an American citizen, not American citizen? You could be in Somalia. All you really have to do is get a phone and download MetaMask and use whatever money you have saved. That, obviously, if you're going to invest in crypto, don't invest money that you need for your daily lives. Invest your extra money, that if, God forbid, you lose it, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to go bankrupt. And it's very, very important to people to understand that cryptocurrency at this point is an investment. It's not yet something that you can use on a daily basis. You still need dollars. You still need fiat currency to live life.
You can still convert some of your cash to what's called a stable coin, right? So stable coin can be, for example, USDC, which is the US dollar coin, or USDT, with the T like Thomas. So you can convert cash to those stable coins. You can leave them in your wallet, and you can use them whenever you want to maybe switch them for crypto that you might like, a certain project you might like. Or, yeah, I mean, some people, Uzi, they keep all their stable coins in their wallet also, and they just don't want to deal with I don't deal with banks. I don't want to deal with them. I just keep my money literally all in crypto. If I have a bill or something important, maybe every week I'll take some money out, cover some bills or whatever. But people accept payments. You can pay for hotel rooms with crypto. You can pay for movie tickets with crypto. You can buy a nice French croissant in Paris, with some Shiba Inu coin. I mean, you can really start, they're accepting it now, and it's only going to get bigger. I'm telling you.
So you're telling me you're not using.
Sorry?
You're not using fiat money anymore? All your money is in crypto?
I went to the Shabbaton last week, and I was like, listen, give me a day or two. I got to convert some money out and take it out for my crypto and to pay you. So that's what I did. I mean, I'm scared. I mean, you wake up one day and all of a sudden these banks go down. What are you going to do? So fine, they gave $400 or $500 billion that they printed in that same week. They brought up interest rates 25 points. Does that make any sense? They don't know what the heck they're doing, and I'm not going to be around to go in the lines and beg people for my money and ask the banks for my money, and then it's all closed. No, thank you. That's 2008, and it's sad to say, but they're saying that it is going to get worse, and I can see how it is going to get worse because all they did right now is just give a little bit of money for them to survive. But how much can they really do? Right now, there's only about 1% in liquidity in all the banks of all your money. Meaning that if 2% bank run goes to the banks right now, 2% of the people out there decide, I want to go to the bank and take my cash out, it will destroy the whole financial system. Think about that for a second. They don't have to keep your money. It's right there. They take your money, they get a 10x leverage from the Fed, and they go and they play with it, they gamble with it. That's what's happening with your money. I don't want nobody to gamble with my money. I'll gamble with my money. Thank you very much. I'm okay with myself. Thank you. And I accept responsibility if I screw up too. If you screw up, you lose your money. If you don't screw up, you have access to it. And that's it. And it's honestly, it's very liberating. You got to get into it. Even if it's $100, just mess around with it. Learn how to get some APY, earn some money on your crypto, pay some people with it. People buy cars, people buy houses In Miami and Florida, they have a company where they give you a loan for a house. You could buy a house with crypto because so many people make so much money in crypto that they don't have credits and all that. So they're doing financing for people with crypto. I mean, it's changing.
That's amazing. That's amazing and exciting at the same time. I really, really think that people should really be very, very serious about it. Just the idea that right after the pandemic, they printed out more than $7 trillion in such a short time of money with zero backup, zero gold backup, zero silver backup, just paper, literally just printed out $7 trillion in paper and created the worst inflation I've ever experienced. Prices of like cheese went down from like, I don't know, $2.99 to $12.99. In some stores I saw. It's just ridiculous, really, what's happening here. And definitely the solution and the answer to all of that is get into crypto, get in easy, get in slowly. But do you think, and this is the $1 million question, Mayor, do you think that crypto reached a rock bottom? Do you think that now it really is a good time to get in?
Well, for now, what I believe is, we are for sure at a great time. I mean, ask yourself one question. If you were in real estate world and you invested in real estate, let's say 100 years ago, and you bought some land in New York City, okay? Now, let's say it was 100 years ago that you invested in New York, or you waited 98 years ago. Does it really matter in those 2-3 years? So that's where we are right now in crypto. We are definitely at an early part in crypto. We're still early. To make real money, you'll make money in the future with, let's say you have Bitcoin and Ethereum, fine, you can make like a 10x or something like that. But it's going to be a lot more harder economic energy to get something from $30,000 to 300,000, right, for a 10x, which is why I like to deal with cryptos that are like 3 cents or 5 cents that have actual product market fit, that are really doing something, because those ones can go 100, 200, 300, 500x. I personally believe that Hex is the next Bitcoin. Whether you believe it or not, the more you look into it, I believe personally that I found the next Bitcoin. It just makes perfect sense. The world of certificate of deposit right now is a $7 to $8 trillion industry. I just spoke to an old lady the other day at the Shabbaton that I was the mother. She came by. She's all excited talking about how she's getting 4% for a CD. Once I told her there's a CD on the blockchain crypto and it's up to 38%, depending how long you stake it, she couldn't believe it. So it's just a matter of time before everybody gets on board. So that's why I like it. It has a real product. It's like Bitcoin. You just hold it, but you also get paid a percentage. So how are you not going to beat that? So I think we are early. We are definitely early. People think it's a bear market. I think it's the beginning of a bull market, because I believe we already bottomed for sure. I think a couple months ago, we had FTX, one of the biggest exchanges that failed from the scammer guy. So it went really down. Bitcoin hit about $15,000. And since then, it's only been slowly coming back up. Now, I do think we might go back below 30,000. But regardless, we are definitely in the lows in general compared to where we were in the previous bull run, right? We all know that Bitcoin was around 69,000. Now you're getting it for 30,000. You're getting like a 60% discount. So regardless, I think it's great now. Do I think you should go all in? Maybe not. Maybe, spread your funds out, spread it out. Buy a little bit in a week, buy a little bit in 2 weeks. If you keep buying in, it will average out. So we are definitely at a good time because there's tons of discounts. We're not in the full bull market yet. So I think we're at a wonderful time. But in the overall scope of things, we are way early. Way early.
That's amazing. That's fantastic, Mayor. Thank you so much. I would really, really love to have you on the podcast again in the future. Hopefully we can make, like either once a week or bi-weekly meeting, and we can just like talk about, crypto and what's changing and what's the trends. And also in the bottom of this video, we're going to also give you guys some links to MetaMask, to CoinBuzzReport.com, and to other resources that can help you get started with cryptocurrency. Thank you so much, Mayor, for coming. I want to wish everybody. You want to add something?
Yeah, one way I wanted to add, I was thinking this idea, if you want, nobody really does it. They have a lot of how-to videos, which is wonderful. But if you want to do like maybe like a day, like a couple hours where we do like we can help people, you know what I mean? Like I can do a trade, I can buy some Ethereum, I can swap, I can do things like that. And if anybody wants to ask questions, maybe we could do like a live question and answer type of session if people want to ask questions, because it just takes
Okay.
people to do. You know what I mean?
Right. Even though we are live right now, but we are not really answering questions in the comments. But if you have any questions, if you're watching this, you're listening to this, you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. We're going to do our best to answer all your questions. We have an amazing resource here. We have Mier Waknin, which really is somebody who is an expert, also a founder of coinbuzzreport.com, which is an amazing channel that gives you the latest updates and information about how to be successful going into crypto. I would like to wish everybody an amazing 7th of Passover if you're celebrating it. Amazing weekend for everyone. Thank you so much, Mier, for joining us. And we look
Thank you.
forward to seeing you guys again in the next podcast. Thank you for listening. Take care.
Thank you for having
Bye-bye.
me. Bye bye.